Hi, Christian. Come on in. Welcome. Christian, I think it was 100 years ago. It seems like I've always been in Denmark. But I came many years ago in 1991 to do a basketball camp with Stan Kellner and Ed Vischer. And Ed Vischer was a famous coach in Denmark for many years. And the camp was a huge success. And from there, Per Mikkelsen, who was the forstander at Oure, idræts, efterskoler, invited me to stay and take a couple of years off from my job in New York and be a basketball coach at Oure. So that's what I did. And then I went home, and then I came back the next year for a full-time basketball job at the efterskole level.
Hvad var dit forhold til basket i USA?
Well, for me, I was a basketball junkie. I loved basketball. As a matter of fact, when I was 9 years old, I knew that I was going to be a basketball coach. So I played basketball, and I was a high school coach for many years. I also was a junior college coach and a college assistant coach and a college associate head coach. So I had many years experience in college and many years experience in high school before I came to Denmark. It was amazing. Watching it and seeing how poor the skills were for young basketball players, and seeing how the coaches didn't even relate to each other. The loyalty to the clubs were much more important than the loyalty to the coaches. There was no coaches association, and there really isn't a strong coaches association now, but it's so much better now. I mean, before there were very few really good dedicated coaches. Now everywhere you look, there's a good coach. You look at the success of our national teams. When I was with the national program, there were times where we couldn't even get enough people to come to a national practice. And we complained about that for years. And then finally we got to the point where when the national team is practicing, there's no other games. And that's really helped tremendously. So basketball has grown to a great extent in Denmark. The coaches are terrific, and the players are getting so good. And I see all the successes from all the way down to the top, both on the girls and the men's side. It's exciting to see.
Du har trænet mange hold gennem tiderne i Danmark, hvor der har været mange mesterskaber. Hvordan synes du, en god træner skal træne unge mennesker?
Well, you know, it's really hard to say there's a specific way to train. The thing that sometimes coaches, especially young coaches, get into is a style that maybe is not their own. Each person has to be true to themselves. One of the things that I learned many years ago is that sometimes young coaches, when they win early, they think that they're going to win all the time, and winning is on a consistent level is very difficult. So it's almost better for a young coach to lose some games or lose some seasons early, so he gets a little humble and he understands that talent is very important. But for me, I think that each coach, as I said, has to be himself. He has to coach in the same way that he relates to people. He can't be somebody else. He can't look at another coach and be that style. He's got to be his own style. It's been a rough year for me. In the after doing our Yes I Can camp, I started to feel very tired, and I was waking up every night with night sweats, and I went to the doctors after the camp, and I found out that after many exams, many tests in the hospital, I found out that I had cancer. And of course it was a shock to me, and very scary for a while, and probably the hardest thing was telling my children about my sickness. But so many people have helped me, and so many people came to my aid, and so many people sent their love and their good feelings and their strength, so I looked at it as a challenge. I looked at it as something that I just had to overcome if I was going to continue with the great life that I have now. The thing is that my hair's coming back, and the good thing is that as I've taken my tests, and they found that the cancer is gone from my body, and now I'm in a program of exercise and working hard to get my strength back and to be ready for next year at Yemlu. And so I'm really looking forward to the future.
Der er mange forskellige trænertyper. Hvordan vil du beskrive dig før du var syg, og nu du efter du var syg? Vil du træne anderledes? Eller?
Well, I don't know, but you know, when I missed so much training at Yemlu this year. They did so well, and I appreciate the efforts that Per and Martin put in, and Adam came from Swanborg and helped us a lot. And I was even able to go to some of the games, and it was really great to see those guys play. This was a special year because there were so many of the kids that I knew for so long, especially my son and a lot of the players from Swanborg who I knew personally. They finished with a silver this year again, and that was exciting for me to see. But as I was there watching them, the thing that I missed the most was the relationship that I got with the players. I love the coaching, and I love the basketball games. But for me, the most important thing was the relationship that I got with the players, and seeing them this year and visiting them this year. I felt bad that I missed that relationship with this group. You know, I love those kids, and they're great kids, and I hope that our relationship grows and grows. And for me, that's the reason I want to come back. That's the reason I want to keep coaching and training at Yemlu. It's that special feeling that you get as a coach and a player. And I guess to answer your question, it's once you deal with death, once you deal with the idea that maybe you will be back, everything crystallizes. Everything, your love for the game, your love for whatever it is that you have a passion, it crystallizes, and you know what you want. My boss asked me why I didn't just retire and move to Florida and take it easy, and I just said to him, it's the thing that I love the most is coaching, and the thing that I love the most is being at Yemlu. And the fact that I'm healthy again now, and the fact that I get an opportunity to go back to Yemlu is something that excites me tremendously. I wanted to talk here, to tell all the people who have written me on Facebook and all the young players in the future that I'm going to be there. I'm going to be back at Yemlu. Well, it's really exciting for us. We've hired Ray Ortiz, and for those people who know Ray Ortiz, he's a fantastic coach who is so passionate about his basketball. I met Ray many years ago. He was hired by Holbeck, and then he left and went back to the States, where he's been a high school and college coach. But he's also coming in. He's also being hired at Yemlu. We really want to continue with a great program at Yemlu. So we've hired Ray, and along with Martin Marigor, we feel we're going to have a fantastic program. Not only will we be training 5 days a week, we will also be having extra training 5 nights a week or 4 nights a week, and then on Fridays we have morning trainings as usual, and then we will continue with all our extra free time in the gym. So we have so many things going on. One of the things that we added to our program last year was what Nikolai Everson suggested. Nikolai's been so successful in the past because of he's always been so strong and so healthy and not so many injuries, and he suggested we start a yoga program. So we will continue with our yoga program as well as our strength program and our jumping program. So there are so many exciting things happening at Yemlu, and when you get a serious player, somebody who has a dream of being a good player and wants to achieve things, this is the place to be.
Okay. Yes.
Thank you, Christian.